This episode of App Judgment is brought to you by GoDaddy.
Hey, welcome to another edition of App Judgment. My name is Ron Richards.
I'm Mauricio.
And we've got an exciting episode today. We've got a little bit of a hardware-themed episode as we've got our hands on the exclusive Dell Streak tablet.
Woo! Yes. This is like the Humvee of cell phones, or the Mini Cooper of tablets. I don't know which direction.
That's a good description.
You want to go.
It's running on the Android platform. It's not out yet in the US. It's out in the UK, but you can go to Dell's website and pre-order it, and it's going to be coming very soon. But we got a kind of an advanced look at it, and both Mauricio and I have been kind of banging against it to kind of get our thoughts on it.
Yeah, exactly. So a few key hardware points here. It's running the 1 GHz Snapdragon processor. Cool, standard issue. Droidex saw the Texas Instruments processor a little bit faster, so kind of behind the curve a little. Also behind the curve is the camera actually shoots VGA video, not HD.
Yeah.
Bummer.
And it's a 5-megapixel camera.
5 megapixels.
But it is interesting to note that it does have a front-facing camera as well.
Right there.
So, so if you're using Fring or any upcoming apps that are coming out to kind of challenge the FaceTime iPhone application, that was there. I did note that. Yeah.
On the plus side, WVGA resolution looks incredibly sharp. 5-inch screen, that is humongous. Bluetooth support. Most importantly, again, it's a phone too. It's running Edge 3G Wi-Fi. Dell announced that it's on a GSM network, and it said that T-Mobile is not going to be supported. Wow. Therefore,
I'm out.
You can guesstimate it's probably going to be AT&T. That's the only choice. It's an AT&T phone.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Really interesting. It's a big phone. I'll be honest with you. It's kind of what found most interesting is that it's kind of like they're calling it a tablet. And when you think of tablet, now you think of the iPad. So it's obviously smaller than the iPad.
Yeah.
But it's bigger than a phone. I mean, it's a big phone.
Yeah.
I mean, like it looks like an old cell phone in that regard.
Totally.
But that said, it reminds me the most of a PSP in the form factor.
Definitely. When you're pulling it out to take pictures or video or use it as a phone, I remember trying to keep the PSP in my pocket for a while, and it just obviously it's thinner, it's much lighter, but it's new territory. Yeah, it's definitely new territory.
The one interesting thing from the OS and the software standpoint is that this model we're looking at is running Android 1.6.
Right.
So it's not running 2.2 or Froyo as it's called. Right. So a lot of the functionality I was looking for was limited. But that said, they did make some tweaks and changes to the interface to adjust for the tablet standpoint.
Right.
I found myself missing the trackball I have on my Nexus 1.
Really?
Yeah.
I got used to that with the Droidex. I'm totally okay with it.
Yeah, but I found myself missing that.
Okay.
I thought the keyboard would be a little bigger. My fat fingers are having a problem.
I completely agree. Yeah, they could have reworked the keyboard much better.
And its native mode is in the landscape mode, not portrait. Which is interesting from navigating around because I'm so used to working in the portrait mode.
I actually appreciate that because it makes me think of it more as a tablet than a phone.
Exactly. Yet, except a lot of the apps for Android native run portrait.
Exactly.
So I found myself doing a lot of flipping, and it doesn't always autocorrect the orientation there.
And the menu buttons are oriented, so you have to use it horizontally. So things are sideways when you have it vertical.
Exactly. But software-wise, it's limited in that it can only run apps that work on 1.6, but Photoshop Mobile does work. One of my gripes with Photoshop Mobile was that the phone is too small of a space to edit photos.
Yeah.
This is perfect for
Plenty of space.
Yeah, it's really, really cool.
Great.
My first thought was video. I travel a lot. I want to watch video.
Thought about that too, yeah.
I found a couple players where I could pull video using the sync cable. Hell of a time with formats, but that's a whole other problem.
Yeah. Speaking of sync cable, not micro USB. It's using its own proprietary. Taking a page there from Apple.
Yep, exactly.
Bummer.
Yeah, I did find a couple of games that on the PSP bent. I found a cool little boxing game here, and I found a tabloid-specific text adventure game.
Oh, very cool.
Which they actually have they adapted their phone version to a tablet version, knowing that these tablets are coming.
Awesome.
For me, the best thing about this is it just shows the potential of what can come with the Android tablet. But the coolest feature from a hardware standpoint, which you missed out, is that glass.
Yeah.
This has got a special tempered, what they call Gorilla Glass, so that you can knock it around. It's scratch proof. We're gonna do it live here. Here's a screwdriver. Here's the phone. This is gonna make Mauricio cringe. Not a scratch
come on,
at all.
give it a good tweak there.
Nothing.
Not bad.
No scratches.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
That's good for the pocket.
Yeah,
Very
so
good
I'm
for
not
the
worried
pocket.
about throwing this in my pocket, my bag, taking it on the road. This could be a real road warriors kind of device. So I don't know, it's interesting. I mean, it definitely took some getting used to. It's definitely a different form factor being an Android user.
Yeah.
There still were some things that were clunky about it in terms of, but that's all software. They could update that and make it better. So.
Well, speaking of software, one more software recommendation here. You know, I actually set this out on my table next to my Kindle, and it's almost the same size. The screen is actually almost the same size. So to me, the tablet's going to be more of a reading device. So my recommendation for you is download Kindle. That's the obvious one. But also one of my favorite websites lately is Instapaper. Check out Hard Copy. Instapaper doesn't actually make a native application for Android yet, but Hard Copy makes a really good implementation of their website. So check it out.
It seems like this could be a great reading device, a great video watching device, a great game device. It's not that much bigger than the Evo 2, which I thought was interesting. We were comparing the Evo to it. And So
cool.
So yeah, so the Dell Streak is coming soon. You can go to Dell.com. You can pre-order it if you're interested in it. For me, I'm probably going to wait till it gets to 2.2 before I even think about it. That's a must-have. We don't know if it's going to ship with 2.2 or not. The rumor is 2.2 is coming to it later this year. So that's kind of vague.
Solid answer. You like it? Don't like it?
I like it. I like it.
I like it too.
Yeah. So
for now.
Yeah. So tell us what you think. Shoot us an email at appjudgment@revision3.com, or you can check us out on the web at Twitter, Facebook, or on YouTube. So until next time, I'm Ron.
I'm Mauricio.
And I'm going to go play a game.
I'm going to walk away.
Hey, it's my line.
Get reliable, secure web hosting without the long-term contract. GoDaddy's hosting plans are bigger and better than ever with 99% uptime, free 24/7 support, and no annual commitment. Check out revision3.com/GoDaddy for a list of all the amazing GoDaddy deals from Revision 3. And use the code JUDGE8 at checkout to get 10% off any order.